Are you ready to listen to a podcast?
Here comes the Playhouse Podcast, thanks to Bradshaw and Bryan Law Offices.
Find, subscribe, and listen.
When I was 5, the chef at Benihana kept tossing shrimp into my mouth, and I threw up on the table, and it cooked my throw up. And I started laughing so hard.
Oh, my God.
So I started thinking about all the places. Like, listen, we probably all had a wild streak where you threw up in your best friend's yard because you guys were sneaking Mad Dog 2020 out of the liquor cabinet. Or in college, there was a park, a city park, across the street from a lot of the party houses when I was at Gustavus, and we would wander over there when you were feeling sick, and the funny thing was to always try and puke down the slide.
Really?
Listen, I'm for sure not the model citizen, all right? Don't take advice from me.
You're the reason why I need Botox. The faces I have to make at you, the stories that you tell.
It would be a thing. I remember the house distinctly. It was at 4th and College. And right across the street was a city park. And it was great because they had made all these improvements. They had these amazing, they didn't even have the hot metal slides anymore. They had the really nice plastic slides. And when you're of that age, it's pretty funny to think the next day a mom's going to bring her kid to the park and he's going to slide down.
That.
Well, you kind of, yeah. But
okay.
I mean, guys would climb up and throw up down the slide. It was
God, karma. She be coming for you. That's really terrible.
Look at my life right now. You think it hasn't hit me hard?
I think last year you got hit with karma.
Yeah.
Big time.
So I thought, all right, well, let's think about the restaurants you may have thrown up in.
I would say 95% of my puking stories are from when I was pregnant. And I remember distinctly. And this one, I've gone to the Chicago O'Hare Airport multiple times since this has happened. But I remember Derek and I went for like a weekend baby moon. And
wait, what is that? That's before you have the baby?
Yeah.
That sounds like a horrible time to take a vacation.
It was not the best. But I mean, we went there and I was maybe like 6 months along, and then I had Liam at 7 months along, so it was like right around there, and it was like the last chance to travel by airplane for
because then you're not in your 3rd trimester.
And we go to this Italian restaurant that's right inside the airport, and it's beautiful. It looks like a Tuscan villa, okay? And so we're eating, and right next to our table is this trash can, and I kept smelling something from the trash can.
Your senses were so heightened.
It was so bad. It was bad my whole pregnancy. And so I just got up, leaned over, and puked, and Derek threw his sweatshirt over me so no one could see me because I make horrible faces.
Like you were breastfeeding?
I was like, oh, I'm not a cute puker at all. And so he threw it over me, and I was just like, all you can see is my back hunching. Like you could tell every vomit spew. Yeah. So that was like the most public. The one that would be alcohol induced is there's a bar in Fargo. It's called Old Broadway. And it is where you go to like
sticky.
Party.
It's a sticky floor place.
It wasn't back then. It was like a hot spot. And I turned 21 there, and vodka crayons were my thing. And I remember I just hosed it down like I was out of The Exorcism. Hosed down the little entryway where you wait before your car pulls up. I'm like, oh my God. They say, maybe don't come back. Okay, don't come back here. So
immediately people are commenting on our Facebook. Jimmy John's, I've thrown up there. That's Eliza.
Okay.
I just wanted to know, since this kid threw up at Benihana because he kept catching the shrimp and he threw up on the grill.
that is awful.
Can you imagine being the chef?
No.
Right, you're, woo, this is fun. I'm gonna get some great tips. I'm feeding this kid little chunks of shrimp, and then he just projectile vomits all over your grill.
God.
So, restaurants only. What restaurant have you thrown up in? My favorite tweet from this week. When I was 5, the chef at Benihana kept tossing shrimp into my mouth, and I threw up on the table. It cooked my throw up.
Oh, my God. I literally, the visual, that is one of the most perfect tweets I've ever heard.
Now, this gave us an opportunity to open up texting, phones, DMs, to the restaurants you have thrown up in. Now, I don't even know if you can find an open Shakey's Pizza anymore, but my mom and dad splurged for, it must have been my 7th or 8th birthday. And I remember when my mom had passed away, we were going through all these photo albums, and we found some of these. My childhood friends, I have no idea where they are anymore, but us at Shakey's Pizza, my dad in a flannel shirt in the background with a pitcher of beer to himself.
Yep.
Just realizing that this was going to be a mess. And I was a really chubby kid. And I ate so much pizza that I threw up at Shakey's Pizza on like my 7th or 8th birthday.
Got one slice in this cheek, one slice in this cheek.
It was probably that, and then like probably a couple of pitchers of root beer.
Yeah.
And when you get after it at Shakey's, you get after it at Shakey's. Cat's pride and joy is the throw up at Chicago O'Hare Airport after into the garbage can at a restaurant, by the way.
I always get it where it has to go.
Caroline, how we feeling today?
Doing good. How about you guys?
Great. Remember the restaurant you threw up in? What was it?
Well, it wasn't actually a restaurant. We were tailgating for an NDSU football game. This was about 5-6 years ago. And the name of the game is to drink as much as you possibly can before you go into the football game. And needless to say, we finished, a whole bottle of Captain Morgan. And in the meantime, I projectile vomited on my friends. It went in their mouth.
Oh, my God. So it's like all fun and games, like drinking. You know what I mean? Like you're drinking, and when you drink super quickly, then you don't think that it's going to hit you. And when it hits you, everything starts spinning. Did you like pass out right then?
No, I changed my clothes and I went into the football game.
You rallied
like a rock star.
You are amazing. Can I hear more about the friend who ended up with your throw up in their mouth? How did that all go down? What was the resolution off of that?
She went home, took off her jacket. We're still best friends. That's what best friends are for.
Yeah, and do you guys mention when you guys are having a best friend glass of wine? Remember that time when I threw up in your mouth? Does that ever come up?
Yeah, all the time. She likes to embarrass me. Embarrass me about that. So.
But you went out and you changed, but you still like smelled like puke. You were the pukey, smelly girl. Did you make out with anybody after?
No, probably not.
Probably not.
I hate to break it to anyone listening right now, and especially you, Caroline, but a guy in college could care less if you've just thrown up.
Right.
If you're looking the part. And where was this? Did you say this was NDSU or UND? Because I think I've probably duplicated what you're trying to say. Yeah.
NDSU, yep.
And that's also a heavy tradition right before the hockey games, too, even though they sell booze in the Ralph. People will tailgate to the point where they throw up in the snow, and then they'll go inside.
Yeah, just rally.
Good times. We're, you know what I love is how much we're influencing the youth today. So thanks, Caroline.
Radio Paparazzi.
All right, Taylor Swift gave the commencement address on Wednesday at NYU. Pretty prestigious. And she even received an honorary doctorate degree.
My experience has been that my mistakes led to the best things in my life. And being embarrassed when you mess up, it's part of the human experience. We will breathe in, breathe through, breathe deep, and breathe out. And I am a doctor now, so I know how breathing works.
And I'm paying off all of your student loans.
She could.
Yeah, she
could have.
Amber Heard's friend Raquel being called to the stand, testifying of what happened one day back in 2015.
After you arrived, you observed injuries to Miss Heard, right?
Yes.
Do you remember seeing that her head was bloody, where a chunk of hair had been ripped out of the back of her head?
Yes. It wasn't like dripping down her head, but it was raw and red.
How could you tell hair had been ripped out of her head?
There was a bloody patch with hair missing.
Jeez.
Yeah. So, I mean, you're under oath. Hopefully she's telling the truth and nothing but the truth. Next, paparazzi, Johnny's lawyer responding to the rumor if they are dating. And let's just say the silence is deafening. Idina Menzel, she sings Let It Go, Let It on, what is it, Frozen?
Frozen.
And she was on the Kelly Clarkson show, and she was talking about how one time, because she's classically trained for Broadway. Like she's a stage actress, first and foremost, but she went potty in her pants on stage.
The tights just sopped it all up, and then I got off stage and I was like, Zeus! And then I went back out commando and I sang Defying Gravity, you know?
Oh, man.
She's got that kind of voice that is beautiful to listen to as she's singing.
I know.
But makes me want to put a soldering iron in my temple when she's talking.
You know, she's the girlfriend on Enchanted with Patrick Dempsey and Amy Adams is on it. Have you ever seen it?
Yeah.
It's a very cute movie, but she's definitely made for Broadway. Blowing out their candles today. JoJo Siwa is 19. KG, Kevin Garnett, is 46. And Kim Zolciak, a Real Housewives of Atlanta, is 44. For the first time, the average price of gas, this is getting crazy.
Average gas prices have hit a new high every day this week. The average now, $4.54 a gallon. The average price for gasoline in California hit $6 a gallon.
Now, for reference, I saw on a Facebook memory I had today, it was 10 years ago that gas finally came back down to $3.79.
Yeah.
All right. And since then, it's been, as low as $2.50?
Wasn't it in the ones?
Yeah. So you got to remember, this is
There's an ebb and flow to life. All right. A school bus driver in Buxton, Maine has been placed on leave after a 6-year-old boy was dragged hundreds of feet when his backpack got stuck in the vehicle's door.
My son tried to get off and he immediately started to drive off. I saw my son's feet underneath the bus being dragged, and I heard him scream. He's got road rash down the side of his left leg. He's been a real trooper throughout the whole thing.
Loading and unloading is the most critical time of a bus driver's job. You have to be 100% focused during this time. Obviously, mistakes happened. We do have a very strict crossing procedure in our district.
But that didn't happen in this case.
Unfortunately, no.
All right, they're looking into it, trying to figure out what's going on. A couple are suing Apple because their 12-year-old has permanent hearing loss after, we know what the Amber Alert sounds like. This is not a real one.
This is not a real Amber Alert. But this, if you do hear this, obviously you listen for instructions and how you can help.
Yeah, so if you're listening in your AirPods and then it goes
It is very loud. I've had that happen before when I was mowing the lawn.
Yeah.
And the Amber Alert went off, and it scared me. I mean, this is like, you're hearing the lawnmower and everything over that.
They're claiming he suffers from dizziness and must now wear a hearing aid. That's serious. That's some serious stuff. But, I mean, also kids wear their AirPods up quite high. I hear my son, and I'm like, listen, that is not good for you. You got to turn it down a few notches. What you got going for lunch today? I know you don't eat anything until noon.
My wife, as I was doing some home improvements yesterday, threw a whole bunch of chicken on the grill.
Nice.
So I will have, I think I might wrap it into like a low-carb tortilla.
Okay.
Cut up chicken and throw some Franks on there. I've been really a friend of the Franks.
Nice. Well, I'm going to be at Coburn's in Sauk Rapids because we have the Gate City Bank that's inside there. So I'm going to go get the sushi. They freshly roll the sushi every day.
I really do like Coburn sushi.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
That guy or whatever crew they have working from store to store, they put together some good stuff.
You ever just get like a one of those plastic, I don't know what you want to call it, like a plastic tray just full of salad at Coburn's?
Yeah, but they don't do that they have the pre-made salads. Like they don't have the salad bar right now. I don't think they do. I think it's all pre-made. Because of COVID.
I know you can go to like Byerly's and get you can make salads there.
I don't know.
Huh.
But did you know that the average American eats 4 salads in a single week? So every week, 4 salads. I believe that. I probably do.
Probably on the 1 or 2, but not 4. 4's a lot.
Really? Where's the best salad? I would say
the hospital.
The hospital has the best salad?
I'm telling you, they have everything you can throw on there. You can get like a $14 salad at the hospital.
Yeah, I get the coconut chicken salad. It's like a mandarin chicken salad at Charlie's. That's pretty killer.
Boulder Tap House has one too. That's it's got the rose vinaigrette on the top or the raspberry vinaigrette. It's super good.
You know what I do there is the chef salad. But I like to try to convince myself if I'm not eating a salad that I am.
Did you know that the average American eats 4 salads a week? Hold on just a second.
May I take your order?
Yeah, what are potatoes considered in the food pyramid?
Potatoes are a vegetable.
Okay, and tomatoes?
Tomatoes are fruit.
Okay, I'd like a potato and tomato salad.
You mean French fries with ketchup?
Yeah, that's it. A salad.
Okay, sir, please pull forward.
Follow for more health tips.
Via the world of technology and the glory of what is engineering prowess, we bring you Engineer Tony live, ladies and gentlemen, from Antarctica.
Oh, wow.
As you look out your window, what are you seeing, Tony?
My window is completely caked with snow right now.
Oh, my God.
Because we just got done with that snowstorm. So, There's a window there in representation, but it's packed with. It's gorgeous.
Do you have a cage outside your door so the polar bear can't get that close?
There ain't no polar bears down here. There's just seals and penguins.
Is there a law against keeping one as a pet?
Oh, yeah. Could you take one in?
Oh, my God. Yeah, if I could have one of the penguins as, like, my sidekick engineer, oh, my God, that'd be great.
If I had to pick any animal to be your sidekick, it would be one of those.
A penguin.
I have it in my head right now. I would love that for you.
Oh, my God, I would love one of those little penguins. They're absolutely adorable. I'd probably get more work done.
And what is the temperature, the daytime temperature going to be there today?
-12.
No.
That's -12 Fahrenheit?
Yeah, that's Fahrenheit.
All right. So the highest it'll get will be 12 below there today.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, it'll be a little bit nicer than yesterday. Yesterday it was like, I don't know, 55-mile-an-hour winds and snow and stuff like that. So
on a day like that, do you even go outside?
We're not supposed to.
Okay, fair enough.
Is anyone looking better than they did on the first day?
Jesus.
I meant to eat, just in case.
Jesus.
All right. Hey, we got to go. We got to get the show popping, but always good to check in from sunny Antarctica today, where it'll get to about 20 below. It's Tony and his penguin, everybody.
How many times have you and I hugged? Maybe twice when I was pregnant, and then when we got our first huge ratings book. That was, 15 years ago, because we just keep it going. But I feel like hugs kind of help me out. When I'm stressed out, they just kind of like the body of somebody else almost absorbing my stress. I feel like it would add more stress to you. Am I right?
Yeah, I don't want to be hugged.
You don't?
No.
Not at all?
No.
They actually did a study in Germany and found that women's stress levels dropped when their significant other hugged them or held them. It was the opposite effect for guys.
Can I have a hug? No. Give me a hug. No way. Come here. I'm not coming over there. Let's go. Forget it. Well, don't look at me like I'm freaking Frankenstein. Give your father a hug.
I think the only times that I was like in the huggable mood was probably when my parents had passed away.
Yeah.
And I didn't mind the congratulation hug from family, like when we had babies.
Mm-hmm.
But outside
Derek
of
hugs
that,
you, and you do like the
I just man, I'm a handshake kind of guy.
How do you get rid of stress then? Like what helps you?
Working out, being alone and working out. I know a lot of people don't want to be alone when they're stressed out or having issues or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not very good with other people telling me it's going to be okay. I'm like, how do you know?
Mm-hmm.
You don't know me. I don't do well with that. I need a room or a gym and some earbuds and just to be able to sort it out myself. I just don't. I really sound like I don't like people at all anymore, do I?
That's why I'm going to stop you, because we're in the field of being people. But I feel, and some people might be like, oh my God, really? Waking up on a Sunday at 5 a.m. and going grocery shopping by myself
with good therapy there.
With a coffee, not talking to anybody, like having my budget out. Like that is so soothing for me and takes stress away. It's really weird. But if you had to let us know what relieves stress, maybe it is a hug, maybe it is just an embrace from somebody, or maybe it is chocolate. I don't know.
The heavy weed heads. Your texts are going to come in now.
So what makes you have your stress levels drop down a little bit? Because that is what's trending.
Radio Paparazzi.
All right, so Johnny Depp's attorney, Camille Vasquez, have you had a chance to watch the compilation of all the moments caught?
No, but I saw a couple of tweets about people saying they're definitely doing it.
Listen, they might not be doing it, but there is there's something there, because she is either obsessed with him or he is just a sweet guy to her. But there are like probably 24 things caught on tape, and you're like, oh my gosh, something is going on. But is it?
It's all over the internet. The people want to know, are you dating Johnny Depp? Can you set the record straight? Yes or no?
She literally just laughed it off.
Yep.
But she didn't say no.
She did not say no. She didn't say yes, but she didn't say no. Lizzo, you know how she's obsessed with Chris Evans, the actor?
Yeah.
She shot her shot, and she was trying to get him on an album and didn't get the response she wanted.
I literally hit him up and was like, play piano on my album, and he just said, ha.
Dang, that would have been so cool.
It would have been really cool, but unfortunately not this time.
What a great response to something you clearly clearly don't want to do but don't want to say no, you just go, ha?
Why does he keep saying no to her? Like, he's an amazing pianist.
I think it's just a fun little volley that they're having.
Is it? Maybe he loves being wanted? I don't know.
Who doesn't?
All right, so at Halsey's performance on Tuesday, she just hit the road. A few days ago, she was just diagnosed with like a laundry list of ailments. So you got to respect the chick for hitting the road with all that going on. But she had to stop the show already.
I was going to have to do that until a couple more days into the tour, damn it. Well, while I have you, I just want to make a reminder, you know. I know we've all been locked inside for a long time and we forgot how to act like people.
So true.
But everybody is here because they love the same thing that you do, so make sure you treat them with compassion, community.
Well spoken. Blowing out their candles today. Jojo Siwa is 19. Sam Smith is only 30. Andre the Giant would have been 76. And KG is 46. ABC News medical contributor Dr. Sutton is sharing the risks of making your own formula at home.
Not only are the formula that we make is held to high standards in terms of its nutritional value and safety, but making your formula at home can expose your infant child to something called water intoxication, which can lead to brain swelling, seizures, and even possibly death. And also homemaking formula can increase the risk of bacterial contamination, which can cause an infection. So reach out to your provider, your pediatrician. They often have access to hospital storage because we keep emergency stores in the hospital. There's also charities that exist, and then there's breast milk banks that exist that people don't realize. You can call 211 and it can provide you access to community resources, which can point you in the direction of local assistance and help.
Smart.
There you go. Go through people that are official because your child, what's going in their body. Listen to this mom busting another formula hoarder at Target.
You have a whole cart. Look at this. Look at all this. Look at the shelves. You don't think I need it for my baby too?
You think I know you come and you get this one before?
You just cleared the whole shelves of all of this formula.
Because I'm paying for.
And I'm not paying for it? There's kids who need formula today who won't be able to get it because you just bought it to stock up. That's not your problem, right?
But it's also Target's problem, and other stores, they have to crack down, just like they did with toilet paper. It's like, I'm sorry, we want you to feed your baby, but you can't stuff your cart full of 20 or 30.
If there's a sign there, just respect the sign.
Yeah. One of the most iconic scenes from Titanic was what? I'm the King of the World.
Oh, right. Leonardo DiCaprio. Better when Michael Scott does it in The Office, though.
Oh, yes, absolutely. But a man in Turkey tried to recreate that pose with his girlfriend, and they drowned.
I heard they fell overboard, right?
Yeah, and just as in the movie, the woman survived. How crazy is that? But to watch the video, like they have the surveillance video right before, and to know someone's demise is like seconds away is really
They have
odd.
the video, though. She didn't push him?
No.
Okay. I don't know.
You thought you pushed him?
Well, I was just going to say it. There's no
they
better,
lost their footing and fell in.
No better opportunity to chuck a dude if you're really looking to get rid of the dude than if he's standing on the front of a cruise ship and you're just like, whoops. But I guess if they got cameras everywhere now.
All right, so I know that you don't like circuses because of clowns, but guess what? The greatest show on earth making a comeback featuring amazing humans, no animals or clowns. So it's really going to be like America's Got Talent, to be honest with you.
And I'm okay with that. I like the trapeze. I like the tightrope walkers and stuff like that. I just, when that clown gets in my face with the juggling and the stuff like that, I just...
I think it's cool to watch what humans
I
can
fear
do.
for the clown's life.
Let's begin now.
All right, can we kick it? Yes, we can. Morning, 6 o'clock on the button in the KCLD Playhouse all over your radio. I'm JJ. Cat's here too. What it do?
Hi, how's it going?
Good. What'd you do yesterday? Tell me some fun stuff.
Well, I finally took Liam out. He played hooky from school, picked him up right before lunch, and I told his teacher, I said, don't tell him. I want him to think he's in trouble. So they call him down to the office, and the way he came around the corner, his face was like racking his brain. Could I have done something that upset somebody?
They always have done something that they should be in there for. They just get away with it most of the time, and then that hot feeling of when you get busted.
Yeah, I know. And so he comes around, he's like, what's going on? I said, get your bag. like that. And then we walk outside and he's like, what's happening? I go, feeling cute. Might go to Charlie's for lunch. He's like, no way. So we met Grandma and Grandpa there for our monthly lunch. That was fun. And then what else? Went home and he made us for dinner surf and turf. Did you see it on my socials?
I didn't, but you had mentioned yesterday during the show that he was going to make you all dinner.
It's on my Snapchat and he flipping killed it. I mean, this is what he made. I chopped up the cucumbers.
Wow.
Yeah. Literally made everything. Mashed potatoes.
It's shrimp, and then what's the turf?
Steak.
I didn't see the steak, sorry.
The steak medallion is right there cut up.
Yeah.
And then he made the mashed potatoes. He measured out the water. He threw the green beans in the oven with some olive oil.
Wow. What did he do? Did you ask him what'd you do wrong? Why does a 9 or 10-year-old do this?
He saw it on TikTok.
So he's trying it.
So he
did he take TikTok? Was he filming it as he was doing it so that he could produce his own?
He was having me document it, and he could use the footage later. But
for the gram.
Yeah, but sometimes it was killing me because I knew that he had like the juices from the steak on his hand, and then he touched my salt and pepper shaker. You know, like normal people would flip it over with a fork, and then. But I was just like, let him do his thing. I didn't hover. I did my own thing. I came back and he had dinner ready for us. It was crazy.
Really awesome.
It was awesome. I loved it. And then I painted my toenails Becker blue and I'm all ready to go for baseball.
I'm going to be honest with you. That baby blue drives me crazy.
Because it's so adorable.
I can't. As a former athlete, that baby blue makes me just cringe when I see it.
You know, it is part of our technique because it's a look over here. It'll stomp you.
Something about that.
That's what it is. It's about that. Okay. You okay?
Yeah. Listen, is there a more helpless feeling? Well, and your son doesn't have a phone yet, right?
No.
So we get home from baseball practice last night, and Nolan goes, hey, my touchscreen doesn't work on my phone.
Oh, no.
And I go, what do you mean? So we try to turn it on and off and on and off and can't get it fixed, right? So, I mean, and he is FOMO full blown.
Oh my God.
Like he can't use his phone right now. And my wife is like, I'm not spending another $1,000 on a telephone. Like the old man in me.
Don't you have insurance?
No. We just buy the phone.
You don't have insurance on your phone?
No, it's like 2 years old. How long does the insurance even last on a phone?
Forever. You just like work it into your phone deal. Oh, wait, you don't pay for your phone.
Here's what happened. I'll be super honest with you. My mother-in-law grandfathered us into her phone plan.
Yeah.
And we're on, like, every member of my family, unlimited everything for $5 a month.
At her age, they insure bananas. So you call her.
No,
and
it doesn't work that way. It's only the phone plans that. Anyways, so the way it works is we have to buy our phones, but we never really pay for them anyways. So all night, hey, Dad, what about this phone? Hey, Dad, what about this phone? Hey, are you going to order this phone? I'm like, no. And then eventually my wife's like, all right, we'll figure something out in the morning. And he was in and out of our bedroom, I bet you 500 times. Hey, Mom, can I use your phone to log into Snapchat real quick? Hey, the amount of FOMO that a 14-year-old has without a working phone gave me anxiety. I couldn't believe it.
Oh.
And now I'm going to have to go drop $1,000 on a telephone.
I can't believe you're going to do that. How many chores is that?
I told him, I go, do you know how many hours I have to stand on a Saturday at a car dealership going, you should come in here for a great deal and a slice of pizza to pay for that stupid phone?
You won't have him do a thing.
Well, it ain't me. Listen, that ain't my call, man. I gave up rights to these children years and years ago to my wife, who clearly dominates the whole situation. Yeah. So that was my day yesterday. I got some baseball. I got some home improvements. I got my kid with some serious FOMO right now. And it's going to be intense this morning. I feel bad. My wife is going to have to wake him up because he doesn't have an alarm because his phone doesn't work.
Yep.
And she's going to have to deal with this for a good solid 45 minutes.
Get him in the shower. She's got to brush his teeth.
And this kid wants to start driving later this year.
Nope, please don't.
The day comes that you walk down that aisle and everything is great. Not long after, real life hits you and you're like, whoa, living with somebody else, being the partner to somebody else isn't always the easiest thing in the world.
And the fact that you try for your relationship and you go to a marriage therapist, I think is so mature and the right route to go. It most definitely is. And then if nothing works, and that's not who you're supposed to be with, then do what you have to do. But this marriage therapist took to TikTok and she was revealing one of the biggest complaints that women have about their husbands.
Active responsibility would be you looking around the house for things that you could do. Passive responsibility would be
being available to help, but waiting for somebody to tell you what needs to be done. This is one of the top things that I hear from women as a complaint, that their husbands are waiting for them to tell them what needs to be done.
Oh my gosh, that's almost exactly the opposite of I'm the one that's always looking for what needs to be fixed, what needs to be cleaned, what needs to be touched up. I'm constantly doing that.
Yeah. I am so thankful that I don't ever have to worry about this. I have a husband that I come home, my clothes are all clean, put away. Dishes are mostly done. I mean, they're in the dishwasher and done, and then I'll put it away. I mean, we have a very equal, even keel relationship, which I appreciate. But I want to know, is there something that you wish your significant other would do? I feel like that would be so exhausting to have to keep telling a grown person, can you, will you, please, could you do this, when it's just so obviously not being done? You know what I mean? Like, so is there something that you feel your significant other, if they did, you would feel better about your relationship?
And if you want to call or text, I promise we're going to keep your name off the radio.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
And we won't say what your name is. I just want your honesty. If you're looking at your relationship right now, what's the one thing you think they could be doing to make things a little bit better?
I'm very excited. I told Liam about the new movie that's coming out on Disney Plus, and I'm excited. Here, air this trailer. This is for SheHulk that's coming.
Who's going to protect the world if not people like you?
I'm Jennifer Walters. I'm a lawyer. I have great friends, a demanding job.
Because we didn't ask for this, but you still got to deal with it. Your transformations are triggered by anger and fear.
Those are like the baseline of any woman just existing.
So here's what I'm confused with is like the original Hulk, he turns this way, David Banner, because he is exposed to like some gamma rays and it messes with his body. So that when he gets hungry, that's me. When he gets
is that yours?
Angry, he turns into the Hulk and his clothes rip and the old school Hulk was Lou Ferrigno. He was a bodybuilder.
Yeah, but what do they do? I'm not hip to the superhero series. So did they get angry and then like hurt people, or aren't they superheroes? I thought he was part of that superhero Avengers
Right, they've
squad.
turned it into, you're right. They've turned it into where he hulks up on purpose to help defeat the bad guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's got superhuman strength and stuff like that. There's been so many reincarnations of this character. The She-Hulk is going to do what? She's going to be strong? And then do what? Like beat up the bad guys? Is that it?
She's an attorney, so maybe like, I don't know.
She's going to vigorously object?
I object. She doesn't even need a gavel. She's like, but I want to know, like, as a female, what makes you so angry that you could probably turn into She-Hulk?
I can speak for my wife.
Yeah.
And if you, in any way, shape, or form, like my son was playing with the dog last night, and she wigged out because he was wrestling with the dog. Don't do that to the dog. That dog would never do that to you.
Yeah. Oh, so he's too rough with her.
Too rough with Addison, the doodle. How about you as a mom? What would make you hulk up?
Well, not even as a mom, but just as a female. Like, I hate when people don't scooch up in the pickup line. I could probably turn green and pick my car up and put it right in front of them. It makes me so mad. It's like you're being really selfish. There's a huge line of people behind you. And then the other one is, and it happens every baseball season, I always sit next to somebody that doesn't, like, read the wind and will spit their seeds. And my foot the other night was covered. My father-in-law is notorious, and he doesn't do like the, he'll just go, and it'll go all over his stomach, all over his chest. So when he wakes up, stands up, they all fall off. So that makes me so mad. Melissa texted, people leaving their Keurig cup in the machine makes me so mad at work.
Whoa.
Casey says when my teen drives my car and leaves it on almost empty. Rude.
I don't get super angry about it, but I am the way. If you leave your vehicle with, you take it in for service or something, it should be the same way I left it. Same radio station on, seat should be the same way. Put it back the way you left it.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan about that. Now, speaking of hulking up, Ann, you kind of saw She-Hulk the other day?
This lady just comes up right behind me, or right beside me, grabs my cart and shoves it over. And I was like,
Whoa.
excuse you, just like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
And she's like, you cut me off in the middle of an aisle and yada yada. I mean, she went off.
Jeez.
And I was like, so that justifies you grabbing my cart when I clearly didn't see you.
No, it
didn't know I did anything wrong. I was like, so that justifies you grabbing my cart and shoving it into an aisle.
And then if you hulk up, thank you for the call, by the way. And then if you hulk up, you can't go back.
Yeah.
If you hulk up and make a physical move, you can't put that genie back in.
I have a friend with wicked confidence and makes me so jealous. I'm like, why can't I be just like her? She is not flawless at all, but like
embrace those flaws.
I know. I love that about her.
You really don't learn that till you're an adult. And so anyways, between the pictures and the prom, like the Grand March thing, a bunch of us went to dinner, had a couple of beers, and one of the guys goes, you hear those girls? And I go, yeah. And he goes, watch this. And he stuck his thumb up his nose. Like to the knuckle.
That's his flaw. Okay.
And then, no. The flaw was he went to go to the other nostril, but he couldn't get his thumb in that at all. He goes, my nostrils are so different sized that if I have to pick my nose, I have to use my pinky and I can use my thumb on this side. And
or
we were laughing about it.
Who are you hanging out with?
It was fun to do at the bar. And I started thinking about, all right, we all have these little flaws. Leah, I saw your text. Will you tell everybody what you texted in is your lovable flaw?
I have a 3-cup size difference between the girls because my kids breastfed for 2 years each. I have 2 kids.
Yeah.
And they would not latch to the other side. So I was breastfeeding on 4 years for one side, and the other side was never used.
Well, give us a letter. Give us letters. So are you like a B and then a D?
Yeah.
Okay.
A B and a double D.
That is a huge difference. How do you?
It is.
How do you deal with that? Like, do you wear tight shirts, or are you avoiding that, and you have to wear baggy shirts, or do you just not care?
I just kind of wear a bra size in the middle, and one gets stuffed in the other, and the other one swims.
Yeah, the other one swims. Are you going to get any boob surgery? I'm getting mine done in like less than a year now.
I would like to, but it's not really a priority.
Yeah. I was going to ask if you have to get your brow specially made, but you just go like with a C cup then, and then one's a little tight and one's a little loose.
My husband, I had his kids and fed them, so he stuck with them. They don't really bug me that much.
Fair enough.
I love your attitude. And it's just like, listen, they're still boobs. Have fun.
Exactly.
Do you look at those kids a little cockeyed sometimes and be like, you know the sacrifices I made for you, little...
Yeah. Just walk around, show them.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I appreciate your confidence and letting us know. We've all got our little flaws. Have a great day.
You too. Thank you.
Yeah, time for you to share. What's your physical flaw?
I have very few, but I'm going to have to say probably my ears bother me so badly. I have nice looking ears, but they are definitely not even, because when I wear sunglasses, you can see most of this eyelid. And then this one's covered. I'm like,
well, why don't you automatically bend the bows so that they match up? You don't do that right away when you get sunglasses. You could. I mean, you've never really worn glasses, so like being a little kid.
I did wear glasses a while. Remember when I was pregnant?
But I remember being a little kid. I'd always have to go in and get my glasses adjusted.
Yeah.
Because I was, physically out there playing ball or whatever. But I remember that the lady would always put them on my face. And she'd stand back. Her name was Pat. She'd always chew gum. She'd look at me.
Did your mom ever take your glasses and lick them?
Yeah, and then wipe them on her shirt. Yeah, all the time.
All right.
I was such a grubby kid.
Yuck. But yeah, when I wear sunglasses, if I have my hair in a ponytail, I'll hook it in this hair right here. So there you go.
That makes good sense.
I mean, yeah, that's really the only thing that bothers me. The other stuff I really can't do anything about. There's like scars and stuff like that. Scars.
I've got hot dog neck. In the back where I shaved my head. I got a hot dog neck back there. I don't know. Even if I lost like 50 pounds, I think it would still be hot dog neck. I feel like there's
Wouldn't you rather have that than the one that looks like a wiener? Have you seen that guy from behind?
No.
Someone took a picture of him and he was in the checkout line at a store and it looked just like a wiener.
Oh.
I was like...
Talking about our own physical deformities, we just talked to a lady who has one boob who is 3 cup sizes bigger than the other one because her kids wouldn't latch on lefty, so righty is a different size. And Kat has uneven ears. I got hot dog neck. What do you got?
It's mostly just like a body image thing. I'm down 22 pounds, and like I just feel like no matter what I do, I never see progress.
Oh, congratulations, by the way. What are you doing?
You do see progress when you get on the scale, though, right? Like, is it just loose skin or what?
No, it's not loose skin. It's just like I'm trying to put on muscle, and it's a slow process. I get that, but like I'm just not seeing anything.
Yeah, wait till you get to be my age. How old are you?
I'm only 28.
Yeah, dude, you guys still have a ton of testosterone pumping through you. When you start hitting your 30s and your 40s and you lose it, it's impossible to put on muscle. It's super hard.
Yeah, I know. I go to the gym about 4 days a week, and I just been doing it about 10 months now, and it's just hard.
What are you doing for supplements?
Right now it's just creatine, protein, and pre-workout and daily vitamins. Nothing special.
I think you're dialed in. I mean, that creatine should be working for you. It'll get there. It's you got to remember, one of the things, too, is if you haven't worked out in a long time or if you didn't have a big workout schedule, your muscle goes into a little bit of an atrophy first because it's confused, and then it decides, oh, yeah, I need it. Plus, the other thing, man, like I remember being, like when I was playing ball and I wanted to put muscle on, our trainers were constantly like, you have to be feeding it. You can't ever starve that muscle. It has to constantly be getting blood into it, and it has to constantly be getting protein. So
who are you getting swole for? Like, is there a girl?
Oh, no, this is just personal gains. I mean, don't get me wrong, my wife absolutely loves it, but I just want more. Once I started losing weight and I could start to see the muscle, I got addicted to it, and I just want more.
Very cool.
Like, I've hit this huge plateau, and it just, when I look at my body in the mirror, especially on certain days, I'm sure you guys have seen this too, you're just like, man, I look like crap. And then other days you're like, oh,
every day. Every day, son. Every day.
Hey, not so much.
My other suggestion would be eat like 100 little meals. Constantly keep feeding that muscle, man, and it'll get there. Don't worry about it. You got the right mindset.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Plus,
just send us a shirtless picture and then we can
right, whatever.
I think we have, obviously in weird news, we've talked about people that drink and then drive their riding lawnmower home from the bar because it's only a couple blocks and it's not a vehicle
Golf
in their
carts.
mind. But anything that is motorized is. But listen, this guy, the horse knew how to get home, okay? And he was just being responsible and just had a little bit too much to drink.
Hey, wake up. There's a Bud Light can sitting in there, and he passed clean out. And I hit the side of the buggy and hollered at the guy. He's passed clean out. He slumped over. Stop your horse. Stop your horse.
I know that cops go through it, but how many fun stories can you tell?
There's part of me that really is infatuated by the Amish community. Really.
Yeah.
I mean, to think about how technology, from the second you wake up, it's probably an alarm on your phone, to the second you go to bed, you're probably checking your social media. You are engulfed in technology, but these people have none of it.
Yeah, but I didn't think you could drink when you're Amish. You can't. And he sounds too old to be on a Rumspringer.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I don't think you can
I thought
drink.
you could have a beer at dinner if you're
If you
Amish.
can't look in the mirror, they're not going to let you have alcohol, right? And this guy probably built 8 houses that day. So he was just trying to relax a little bit. I wish we could ask the Amish, but there's no way of getting a hold of them.
They don't have radios, and you can't call them. Listen, this could be a good opportunity, though, for us to open up phones. If you've ever lived amongst the Amish, or maybe you know more than we do,
ask her.
Alexa, can Amish people drink alcohol?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, New Order Amish do not drink.
Yeah.
Other Order Amish communities and individuals have set their own cultural rules towards alcohol.
So they can. So some can. Some of their cultures,
anybody
they
move
can.
to approve Hezekiah's Bud Light rule?
I think here's what happened. If you're part of that community, you went on your Rumspringer, right? You decided you were going to go back, so you like boozing as an Amish.
Yeah.
And they work harder than all the rest of us. They work 14-hour days.
I'll never take that away from them. I think they're very hard, and their craftsmanship is unlike anything
impeccable.
out there.
I don't like the beards all that much.
That's not your problem.
Not a fan of that beard. I like that hat.
Cat and JJ.
We learned that the beard means you are taken in the Amish community, like you're married.
And if you're fully shaven, you are on the market.
You're good to go. You're on the market. So we figured that out. We also realized that Kat was wrong about the hairstyles. Those belong to rabbis, not necessarily the Amish, which are
right.
apparently
Last time I checked, I was human.
The same in Kat's life. Now, let's get to...
Oh my God, you're the only one that was
Do you realize that some people actually will listen to this show and be like, yeah, I learned something today?
Don't ever do that.
No, that's on you.
That is on you to spread lies. Oh, my God.
What other job can you be wrong about almost everything? And people still go, yeah, that's
A politician?
right. Oh, yeah, fair enough. We were discussing this morning, what do you think constitutes you as rich? Like, what level of income? And we are getting text messages from everything from $50,000 a year to $1 million a year. That would make you kind of consider yourself rich. Travus, what are we thinking here?
Anything above zero and you have no debt.
So it's not necessarily about your income. It's about how much you've paid off of what you've indulged in your 20s and 30s.
Yeah. Like you're at the zero line. Anything above that, because I think even some of the people that you would think are really rich, that if they were unemployed for a year, that would all be taken from them.
Yeah, I feel like just having no debt whatsoever, that's what I just wiped out the last year. And it's just been life-changing, to do that.
Yeah, you get to live a different life.
So weird.
Weird stuff.
Everybody called me weird. I am weird.
You don't think this is a little weird?
No, I don't think it's weird at all.
Weird news.
All the way back, May of 1972, a young 18-year-old Don Gorski tried his first Big Mac in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin.
I kind of knew that from the first day. Like I say, when I bit into that first Big Mac, it was just so good, and I just knew I was going to keep eating them all the time. And like I say, I ate three at the first sitting. I ate 3 Big Macs and threw the cartons in the back seat. It's not all I eat, but it's most of what I eat. The only other thing that I eat every other day, as far as food goes, is parfaits. When parfaits came out in 2004, the wife made me promise to eat a parfait every day.
You need to get your fruit and your yogurt intake for the day.
The wife made me promise to eat By the way, you seen this guy's haircut?
No, I haven't. What does it look like? Is it?
Remember the Amish guys you were looking
Lloyd
up a couple minutes ago? You're right.
Like me, 3rd grade?
If you were a cat in 3rd grade, this Don Gorski guy, this guy is a national treasure. And he's like not fat.
Yeah.
He's eating a Big Mac a day almost his entire life. And the dude I wouldn't even call him chubby.
Not even fair. 50 years he's been going on with this. And if I just did the price as of today, I know it was much cheaper back then, $120,000.
Y'all seen Super Size Me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in this.
He is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they highlight this guy, but he looks like he never got out of Woodstock. He's got that look.
Don Gorski.
Yeah, old Donnie.
Just saw him.
Right? Doesn't he look like what he sounds like?
And is that the wife right there?
That's got to be the parfait wife.
Oh, man.
So big and macky.
Okay.
Right? Look at that guy. Doesn't he look like he didn't get out of Woodstock? He had a bad acid trip and he just never left.
Yeah, he's been there for a while. Good for him.
Yeah, I think it's good for him. I wish that this McDonald's would just give him one a day.
Yeah. Look at that picture.
That's the wife laying on top of a bunch.
That's him.
That's
Don Gorski. Oh. That's not the wife.
I had to look closer.
The Playhouse Podcast is made possible thanks to Bradshaw and Bryan Law Offices. Catch the live show weekdays from 5:30 to 9 on 104.7 KCLD. Now, share this with a friend.